Your boy Pharrell.
Oh, here you go.
He's been in the news.
He
Has offered some thoughts on the D, the E, the I. Play it for him, Joe.
Look at what's going on in the current political climate. I'm just saying I don't want to turn anybody off. I hate politics. Like despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side. So I think when you pick a side, you are only, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just gotta say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and then, okay, now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there black people here tonight? Yeah. And in your heart, do you think for what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're black or because you're the best?
Oh, my Lord.
Right, so I think now for me it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they have to be black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of a skin color. That's a point of view that I have now that I'm resting on. And if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever comes back in style, cool. But in the meantime,
Oh, God. Let's save him from himself.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Stupid.
Jesus.
You get too rich, you just don't know what the fuck going on no
You
more.
disconnect.
Yeah, he forgot Virginia. Where they from? Hampton?
Where y'all from, Ish?
Pharrell and I'm
He's
from
from South Carolina.
Virginia Beach, right? Over there.
I have to
Norfolk,
keep up.
Hampton, Virginia Beach area.
Yeah, it's like you just get that out of touch. It's like you talk about all the black people getting fired from CBS. Like all of them. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And only blacks.
And only the black people. Like, that's why we have to have those kind of rules, dummy. Like, I don't know why that's even like a debate amongst black people. It just doesn't make it has nothing to do with your greatness. It has everything to do with your blackness.
Yeah, that's why this guy, he has to know that, right?
No, they forget.
I think so. I mean, a couple years ago, Pharrell was talking about being, a new black. He talked about the new black.
I don't remember this.
Yeah,
Tell me.
when we get it's sort of this idea of being a different kind of black person and a different understanding about the world and race and all this kind of stuff that amounts to statements like what you just heard. To me, and I agree with everything Mona said. It's like, well, actually, he said two things that I don't disagree with. The first thing kind of slid under the door because it sounds like it makes sense. I don't take a side.
Yeah.
Not taking a side is something you say when your siblings are fighting. Not taking a side is what you do when it ain't your business. We are each other's business. And we have open enemies. We have real systems of oppression. We got real shit happening in the world. And to say, oh, I'm not taking a side. We got racists over here. We got people abused by racism over there. I'm just going to stay out of it. No, if you have power and privilege and a voice, use it. Or
Especially because that statement is on the I don't see color side of things.
Exactly.
And then you follow it with, oh, you do see color.
Exactly.
And this is what you think.
Exactly.
When you see color, it's a little.
Exactly.
He's nuts. But.
And that's why I don't rush to have celebrities. I'm not always like, celebrities need to say more. Not everybody. And not because they disagree with me. It's just because sometimes it's not informed. Lastly, his point about do you want the job because you're qualified or because you're black misrepresents the point of DEI and affirmative action, all that stuff. It wasn't like there was a line of unqualified blacks who were now let in the room.
Yeah.
It was a line of qualified blacks whose blackness was seen as a demerit and they weren't allowed in the room because of their blackness. And DEI and affirmative action was an intervention to make it possible for them to get what they deserve, not what they don't deserve.
To level a playing field.
Exactly.
Like, we had to do it. It's not, it has, you know what I mean? Like, it's something we had to do.
Yeah, so.
Like, what the fuck? This is stupid. It's like, I don't know, you have a family, you got friends, you have family. It's everybody in your life is not on the level you are. It's like you don't even think about them. But that's why I really think people that get to that point, they that disconnected. They not talking to their cousins that work at Target.
Yeah, you're making $80,000 Timberlands.
Exactly. You're not talking to you ain't going to the family reunion at that point. You don't know what the fuck going on.
And it frustrates me because I have such deep admiration for Pharrell as an artist.
But there's a world where he's always been a weirdo.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There's a world where, it's not the money that did it to him.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's just who he is.
Because when hip hop looked a certain way, he ran around with an Asian kid making a different kind of music.
No, his Asian partner was his partner.
Who?
Chad.
Right.
That was his partner,
right.
from coming up.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was talking about Chad.
I was talking about Chad. I'm saying
talking
when
about Chad.
hip hop looked a certain way, he comes out and he looks totally different, and his
Oh,
partner
okay. I
is
see
not
what
black.
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So it's like he's always been a little different, and then on top of that, other stuff. But I don't want
yeah.
to.
I think it's just
Yeah, he kind of went into that in the I did watch, which was actually good. There was like a Lego movie made as his story though, and he talked about that. Just coming up, he always was different. He always saw different. He always just knew he was different. Hung around with different people, but loved music. And
I think it's just,
Also, if you're saying I'm not picking a side, you should know when your talking points at least sound like you're picking a side.
right, yeah, you speaking
Because
for a side.
all of that, I heard all that from Charlie Kirk. That was part of Charlie Kirk's whole
Right.
rhetoric with black pilots and yada yada yada. You should be careful about
it's
that,
just,
Pharrell.
he
He should be careful.
It's a scary message. Because that's not the real world. Like in an ideal situation, all of that shit sounds cool. But we don't live in a world where Joe Budden can't make a phone call to get his son a job. Or motherfucker George W. Bush might go down in history as the dumbest president ever. He became president of the United States based on nepotism and family pulling strings. So in the real world, the qualified get the jobs, but in this world, that's not what happens. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, half of the Ivy League is being admitted by legacy students. That don't come from your qualifications. That come from your family last name and donations and
What
shit
they
like
gave to
that.
the
And so
school.
I think that in
That's
the
a great
real
point.
world, his statements have no relevance. But in an ideal utopian situation, yeah, it would be something that's cool to say, but not today.
Why can't he just shut the fuck up before the Grammys?
That,
Like the Clips have done such great work in how they've presented all year long. And here you come 2 months before the Grammys with some of this cockamamie
That might
bullshit.
This ain't gonna hurt though. Being anti-black ain't
I was
never
about
made
to
you less
say
successful.
that might not be a bad thing for
shit. That would be.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bad
I disagree
thing.
with y'all.
You think so? You think it'll hurt in the voting?
for the Grammy
Bro,
board.
I
people
disagree
that are
with y'all.
voting, me and Joe can vote. I'm not going to. I'm going to block everything up with the music.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
there might be some people that
that will hold
don't
that
like the
against
shit
them.
that he said.
Hold it
That's fair.
against them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would that
That's
be-
unfortunate too.
but
That shouldn't happen.
With that being said, do you think you and Joe might be the majority or the minority in that?
I have no idea what the demographics
Gotcha.
are of the
Okay.
Grammy board, but
Gotcha.
And again, if
We
people
know that
voting-
the Grammy board 2 years ago or 3 years ago have done their best to
make
put
a-
out there
a pivot.
that we're changing the way we've done things. We've gotten it wrong. We've had it wrong. We heard your cry. So I mean, you may be right. Now would be the bad time for you to be right. Now would be a horrible time for you to be right.
I will
is
also
what I'm
say
saying.
that most of these award shows, the Grammys included, historically have been fairly liberal places of thought and speech. Like people don't go up there speaking right wing rhetoric very often, but they often go up there and speak left wing rhetoric. So regardless of who you may think is in power and pulling strings or whatever, it typically tends to lean a little bit more liberally politically. So saying something like this is probably not going to help you at the Grammys. I don't think it'll hurt them either because everyone's looking at the Clips as the Clips. And
Yeah.
not Pharrell, hopefully.
I'm glad I don't talk to Pharrell. You tell some niggas that you're just glad that
Why you get your jellyfishes?
And you could tell people were wearing
I'll pass on
accent.
them.
That wasn't a situation
when
where
it's time to be black. You can have the jellyfishes. I'm sorry, I'll pass. The fucking jellyfish. Pharrell's a fucking whatever.
New Joe Budden.